Yep, truth or dare. Because, you know, this is what I'm doing here. I'm like, I wasn't a witch. Just so you know that. You turned me into a witch when you murdered me the second time. Well, actually, that was the first time they murdered me, Macomb County. And I'm like, that definitely included a lot of bitches, right? Not gonna talk about how you joined the niggers so you can rape women, okay? It's not all, please. It's just, okay, I sit here and I do my little prayers with Christ, because, you know, it doesn't matter. So, but let me just explain to you how it works. So, because I'm tired of being, you know, like, used. Very much, you know, I'm used, and when women get to be used, guess what we get to do? Get revenge. So my revenge goes straight to the Lord. So, but oops, let's put her upside down. I mean, put her the right way. This is Elizabeth Ann Seton, okay, with gifts of grace as a wife and a mother, educator, and as a founderess. I don't know what that means, but okay, let's get back to the grace, wife, and mother. Because, again, we have basically niggers here murdering Mother Mary. Because you got to remember, Islam not only fucking rapes 5-year-olds and marries them, they also, again, and why, I keep saying this is why they want to do it. So you really want to know what these niggers are doing over here, because it's gross. So, because we got Mohawk Elementary School that's next to Iroquois, and you already have trafficking again happening at Iroquois. And what I do is I take my little prayer, right? And you gotta remember, I spent thousands of hours already. Not thousands. Yeah, it is thousands, because you got to remember, I've been doing this since 2021, but I was trapped here since in Macomb County before they murdered me. And then they got to make fun of my niece being horribly sexually abused while she's been consistently placed under foster care, because this is what our judges get to do here. And that would be, I just can say, you killed the polar bear, mom, boys. I'm like, girls, as boys and girls. These fucking bitches are mean here. So, and I'm like, you know, people have the right to have a door when they are murdered, when they're raped, when they're like horrible crimes happen to them. No, we have 500 officers, 500. So, and all kinds of very well skilled, trained officers too. And I'm just like, nope, they pretty much closed their door. This is for murdered women and children that are being murdered here, and murdered and raped, and just horrible crimes of mafia type shit. So they like brawls, they like underground world. The niggers love doing the tunnels. So, like, you know, I've already imprinted. That was my imprinting. Is talking to my father. So if you see in my phone, I'm just smart. I'm a social worker. I earned my degree. I'm not a therapist, but again, this is how I analog. So because I know where I'm going. Bam! Already earned my wings too. So good luck, niggers. I'm just cursing you at this point. You can blame your, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they're about to do it too. They plan on this up with the niggers. I mean, the Jews. The Jews are not going to go. You know, now like all kinds of people are fucking Jews. I'm like, really? And they're going back to God. This is what I'm telling the spirit here. So because you see where that connects to, right? And then it connects to Abraham. And you have to remember, see, I'm right across from the resurrection. My pen is the resurrection. The ladies in the office gave it to me because they love me. So I'm like, I tell them about the story, like all these, like I keep finding new stuff. And they're like, because it's the spirit. That's the Holy. You have to remember, you know what I'm saying? They're in Holy Spirit. So I got the key for the Holy Spirit. I'm not Holy Spirit. I've always been Holy Ghost. So because again, I was born with love. They cursed me with fucking sin. That's what these niggers do here. Our Catholic men, you know what I'm saying? Our Catholic fathers. I'm like, oh God, you know, I don't want hate to be brought to people, and it ain't going to anyways, because my entire fucking cloud is owned, and has been owned for a long time. Even the dates on, I'm not stupid. I can see, I use all this to analog, because again, you don't have a problem, my brother, you know, rapist, and then, oh, excuse me, you better start saying last bitch. Why? I'm in my fucking phone. I've already gave up on Macomb County doing anything fucking ethically. So I'm in my rosary, got my rosary on me. I've already spent many years here. So I'm just telling them that, you know, I'm telling the Holy Spirit that, listen, mothers are being murdered. You have a lot of women here that are trapped under like warlock curses. So, and you have a lot of old ass fucking men, because we have, automation, who owns our hospitals here, wouldn't travel here to Michigan if you're a lesbian, because again, all these niggers don't like fucking lesbians. I'm like, really? Okay, the natives twin me and my wife together. So I'm like, again, natives don't like you fucking niggers here because they're selfish. They create these community centers, and this is like all of them. Chesterfield's about to get one too. And last year that I was talking about, that's old. So I'm like, that's a project that happened last year. This 27 million federal ripoff dollars. They didn't build a library. So the library came with these other projects that you see here. So, and as I sit here and I have cried out the crimes that have happened to me by police officers, firefighters, because again, there's a dick squad here that's like, you want to talk about children getting raped? Okay, we'll choke you out, fucking bitch. Okay, just talk to yourself, because that's all that happens. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Again, you know what else I see here? Oh, because I'm telling you, the Dignity Memorial, fucking veterans. So it might not be the Woody, like the founder. So, because if it went to Abraham Lincoln, they're like, no, it's not there. So then I'm like, then I come over here, and guess what? Because I'm like, there's a name here. So, because this is always the fucking devil right here. This fucking devil, right? You motherfuckers. And it happens to do with our fathers. Oh, you just choke on that fucking damn salt, niggers, because you're evil. The day that our fathers can choose us to worship their white robes with the KLAN, it's all mixed into our sheriff department. You're evil people. So again, you keep me trapped here. Why would you want this? So because again, you have years and years and years and years. You know what it says on my name? Don't even look it up. I'm like, it's totally fucked. But all I know is, got my wings already. Fuck you, because you know what you got? You're a rapist supporter. You are a child trafficker supporter. But when we're standing here, this goes down to, you know what you are? Trafficker of our fucking armed forces. So, because we got thousands of souls that got picked up by the Vietnam over there in, Party fuckingville, Freedom Hill. So we got to keep up with the nigger stories, because these bitches, look at this. Bam! It's normal. That's going to be normal with the historians here, right? Just like the Moravians, you know what I'm saying? European bitches that came over here and stole the native women from the native men. Let's just be real, because that's where Holy Ghost is. It's in the fucking ground. That's why, you're already cursed. So, because at the end of the day, you weren't allowed to rob our land. You keep robbing. It's not even the township. These fucking international bitches who are doing it. And I'm like, oh, God, it's a lost cause. I'm telling you, it's a lost cause. I'm going to do my little prayer. Oh, that's what, because at the end of the day, guess how God is so great. God's so great. So at the end of the day, you fucked up, right? But God always saves us. That's why it's very important, people, to know, right? Because start. It's a memorial, right? I don't see dead people coming out. I'm not fucking retarded, and I'm not on drugs like these cops are. There's a lot of cops on cocaine. Yeah, big time here. And they don't have a problem. They get their wives, their girlfriends. How many women are stuck sucking a fucking dick so they don't go to that nasty ass fucking jail? Oh, that's just been a story for a long ass damn time. I'm like, oh, eat your dick. They didn't want nothing to do with my ass. They want to choke me the fuck out. I got the piece of shits who want to choke you out. And they did rob the library, and they did this to all the libraries. They robbed the libraries on green energy fraud, and then they turn around and pollute. So by them doing such a horrible job, they did a horrible job. They should have been sued. That's a fucking damn construction company, and the whole contract of that should be fucking sued, because again, they took out our American history. Again, this is another building for who? The Proud Boy auditors. There's this organization. It's they're not playing around with oh my God, the businesses. Because again, this is our library. It's tied into our taxes, but they created their own little community hangout. And you know what the fuck you see in there? Republic of China. Because I own the history room in there. They don't know I put 5 soldiers in there. So I'm like, put 5 and my grandfather down in the fucking damn, so that way they can just, entrap his ass with the damn niggers. Because they got China in there. They're like, what the fuck? when I started printing my grandfather's place down into the library, because that's the whole point of leaving stuff. So, they don't even, I talked to them. They have no interest to do a military room. They got their own, they literally took out our fucking shit. And then they're just adding in their own little digital, their own reading books, and, and it's and then it's breeding out the American. So that's why it needs to be an auditor, because again, you can't, you're robbing us. That money was supposed to go for environmental. They not only didn't spend it on the fucking damn, they said they were going to do it on solar panels. They did it on GeoWells, which are actually harmful, and they're not even supposed to be doing anymore. So they were, no, Candace Miller's office is like, nobody's doing GeoWells here. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit. There's all kinds of businesses, just like down there at fucking 23, they're fracking into the Sunco pipeline. So again, there's all kinds of niggers here. I'm like, they're niggers, Lord. I put it in the rock. Okay, you killed the polar bear mouth. Okay, my mouth is still giving me mouth. Nobody fucking gives a shit. So that's the problem. You can't get raped here. So people should be aware the kind of fucking niggers are floating around here, and don't allow them to watch your children. Stop watching them. Like, don't go to this park. It's gross. Why would you allow your children to date? How low you could go and they're like toddlers? What kind of fucking parent are you? That's gross. So again, once they become teenagers, you don't own them anymore. So my children are adults. So I have adopted children, but they still be in traffic. State of Alabama, but who's allowing it? That would be the Macomb County. So again, you overhear a lot of horrible crimes that happen to children, and all I can do is pray for my niece. So because she doesn't even get, you just stole that from her. And I have thousands of pictures to prove that she had a life. She had Jesus in her. She still has Jesus in her. She can speak tongues. But you get these fucking niggers who got her brainwashed, and now she got to get a man. And, the police have been allowing this shit to go on way too long. Fucking elementary now. Oh, just sick. You know how I know? I got a message yesterday. I have it written in my purse. So I was talking to somebody, and it was her father. And her father, I have the faith on there. So a lot of times some people come through me and it comes through their kinship. And it's just I'm just thinking about it. Because I know I keep talking about it. That's why I'm talking about it. Because culturally, they're doing this shit here too. You have a lot of cultures that are selling their daughters. Okay, wake the fuck up. Our governor sucks. So I'm like, no, my message is call Trump, okay? We definitely need to have federal support here. You're over here. They're already trained in ICE. You're such retards. I'm like, you're so bullshitters. You're trained in it already. That's what all that stuff is. You know what got nothing in it? Trauma training. So, and then you join these niggers that are evil here. This, unfortunately, has been sold. I'm like, they actually, they need a lot of these memorials, what the fuck, all this money, and you know where it goes to? Back to the niggers, the sinful ones, and they happen to be Chaldean. So I know when it comes to here, this is the Jews and the Chaldeans, and they're down there at the Lutheran church, and I'm like, oh, you guys are, and they fracked all over the fucking place. You fracked. It's like raping earth, and they're like, don't care. Okay, got my box of prayers, because who cares? God. And so does Jesus. And these bitches are murdering Jesus. So I'll be damn all these Islam. Oh, I got one more prayer. Lady of Grace. I'm going to put her on here too, right? Lady of Grace. She could be in the middle. Yes, Lady of Grace. Be our answer. Yeah, let's see what it says. Lady of Grace. Virgin full of grace, it becomes mindful as you stand near him who granted all the graces that you are the mother of God. Okay, so she's Lady of Grace. She must not be that. She's the virgin full of grace. I don't think they're talking about Mother Mary. So Mother of God and our Queen. Help us and guide us for the sake of the King. That's Baba Jesus. So again, he's in spirit. So, and shit, I'm doing what everybody else is. I'm going to call his ass down here because, some people need to burn. Okay, they need to get the fuck out of here. Okay, a lot of them need to get out of here. Remember us, most holy virgin. That's Mother Earth. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point of the story of the importance of the womb. you know, and Jesus coming out of the room. These bitches are sick with their stories. It's so depressing too. Who are called full of grace and bestow on us gifts from the riches of your graces. Okay, they're all going to rain down on us. Okay, we're not allowed to inbreed with our children. We're not allowed to, like, you know, cousins, and that's what they do here because they want to keep shit poor. This is what brought crossbreeders right here. See that? That's one for the Air Force. Yeah, these space bitches, mother robbed us. Pipeline. I'm like, what are you gonna? You know what they'll do? They'll make it where, you know, there's a. This is what my brain was telling me today. Because you gotta remember, I'm always with the soldiers. These fucking retards are like, they're all gonna burn. So, because you're sinful. So, they're evil. I just keep telling Earth, I'm like, they're not worth it. They're not worth it. They're not worth it. And a lot of people are. So, because you gotta be honest. So, I'm like, we have to protect our holy land. We have to protect Jesus. You know, you have to protect the earth. I'm in my end life. So, because I have horrible fucking diseases I live with. Just like a lot of fucking soldiers do. And you have no choice but to live with these painful diseases because your body was exploded. My body like exploded because I was in a fucking car accident. So head on. So like it was an explosion. Fucking bitch. Nope, I could be handcuffed. I can be, you know, tackled down, you know, by these police. Get no police report. I have like $20,000 in fucking medical bills. Can't even use the hospital here. That's what I'm praying in. I just opened my phone to bitch. But what I'm praying in is the crimes that have happened to me. And that's because of Randazzo. Fucking evil ass niggers. Commie ass niggers who joined the fucking damn. As I told you, these fucking little Sicilians joined the fucking nigger countries. And I'm like, oh God, now we're going to be getting Iran niggers too. And I'm like, oh God, this is so horrible. So fucking horrible. And I'm supposed to be racist because I'm talking about these fucking niggers are Islamic. Are you fucking kidding me? They're like foreign type, you know, like shit that we shouldn't have here. And you could tell because, again, niggers love to rob. That's why I call them niggers. Because they love to fucking rob. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, we have, and like, they're not, this is how it is here. You're not going to change it. Like, they've been decommissioning Selfridge for a long time. You know, now the niggers are excited because they get to freaking have, you know, air things here. But I'm like, if they don't change the waterway, how they do their shorelines, and like none of that stuff will matter. They keep wasting money. That's because they don't want a base. You know, they create their own bases. This is over here in Marshall. And then when you think about Marshall over and over, because I keep saying, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I just bring it's prayer. This is why I have a key. You know, and this is why I got a key. And this is for what I'm doing is you pick up. So I wouldn't normally come to these, but I went to a lot of these because it's blessing them. But see, I created a bridge. So this bridge is this is just me talking to the spirit. So we're going to go over here and send this way because we got to go. It's not allowing me to, and why? Because I'm trying to get my fear down so I can get my fucking damn words right. Fucking evil asses here. And I am going to be fucking dead here because just how I talk and shit. Come on. Yeah. Can't be a scorned mother. And I'm like, you turned me into a witch. Good fucking luck. And these niggers are evil. So the Holy Ghost just 100% agrees with me. And then I got to know all the history. So like this is the wishing well. See, and it's a wishing well, and it's connected to the Moravians. So, you know, saying the whole trinity of the Christians coming over here. Because you got to remember, they brought Jesus. So, you know, Christopher Columbus. You know, bye, bitches. We already got the mirror. We don't need you anymore. Right? We'll take the log house. It's like, it makes you kind of think why they picked this house up. But this is on the corner. So, but I love this. And see, and just like I spent, see that that is? That's a blessing. So it's staying there, you know what I'm saying? Not the bitching, but I can do the bitching. That's how I get doors. You have to understand there's a level of communication when you're with Lucifer. So there's a lot. I already twin myself with Lucifer because the point is to get rid of the Antichrist. So the Antichrist is fucking way worse than Lucifer. So I'm like, hey, I'm not even trying to go down that gravy. And when the Antichrist starts fucking through my damn chains, I start getting bruises on me. So I'm like, why? Well, because again, the Antichrist. And it's usually because I'm being hunted. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys, that's their professional job, is to hunt you. You know, and then I get to be over here like, la, 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 you know, the prayer dead warrior. You know what I'm saying? For niggers, you know, and they got their damn park, you know, and that's the whole, what is a park? Same thing with Pitchfork Park. I mean, Really? They robbed us. That was another green energy project. I'm like, really? It is fucked up because that was a soldier's house. So, and that's what I talk about my parents' house being a soldier. And then I said that was even more important because that one goes back to World War One. So, and I connected all these historical. See, I already connected these spiritually together already. So, because, they'll eventually crumble, because it's not importance here. They got their inclusive community. That comes with fucking nasty ass. Where you at, Lucy? Lucy! But they have, here, but it's really from spending a lot of time out here blessing and then I was witness to all this shit. And you see the donors on and everything, and I'm just like, okay, welcome to America. Come on, Lucy. Welcome to America, so your children can get fucking raped, and what they'll be doing? They'll just put them back with the mother, the family. Yeah. Because the cops got to decide whether they have time, money, resources. Like, that's why a lot of children don't even get to fucking, what I'm saying? Look at this shit. So fucking ego-ass little brats. Yeah, because this wasn't ripped off. So this came from the volunteers I talk about. So the elders, the ones who volunteer time, don't even get paid. You know what I'm saying? These guys get paid. These guys are definitely, they get double the pay. I guarantee you they make twice as much as our township building over there does. The fucking library. They got full-on jobs, a new Ford van, all this shit. And I'm just thinking fuck you. You can't even have Jesus in there. But they can have Republic of China. I'm like, they can have fucking, just go right up in there. I'm just like, oh my fucking God. I left those things in there, and they were like, because I said, I don't think I said nigger on there. But I personally, what I did? Shelby cop showed up. Are you done, baby? Shelby showed up to the thing because they were like, you left something in the mailbox at St. George, and it wasn't in a mailbox, so that's how I know how they're talking about. But what I left in there was, it's a little ball. Oh God. Oh, let's put it with the rocks. Yeah, I have a problem with parks. It's not a problem with the park. The problem is they robbed. That's the problem. So, and then they turn around and polluted all the land. So is this no different than Dodge Park? Having that community and the police department, and I'm like, oh God, good luck. You're all cursed. Glad you got a gym, and it's like Shelby too, because I'm like, it's evil. Because it's created under ill intentions. And it's with the niggers. It's not the police that they got their own problem in there. But I'm talking about the frackers. So, like that destruction that the Chaldeans have done over here. So, and why it matches up together, right? So, just gonna, someone will be waiting for your ass. Oh, God. I'm so sick of this. I've been tagged so many times. It's fucking sick. I wouldn't come, a lot of people want to come to America, but I'm like, just don't come stupid. Alright, because they're evil as fuck here. We got a lot of degenerative niggers, trapped all kinds of women. You know what I'm saying? It's like no different than my brother. You know what I'm saying? This is what's getting to happen to women. Getting fucking trapped by evil ass niggers. I'm like, oh God, it's so evil. Oh shit, what is it, my key? Okay. I think I put it up. I definitely put it up. What is it? Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I just cried because this takes out thousands of families, military families. So not only are we have been doing this since, I can add up here, goes back to the 90s. So it goes back to 19. That's why I keep talking about Randazzo and the 2001. And so, and that U.S. Marine, Gabrielle, I definitely want to find, because I'm, we're just gonna resurrect Jesus. It's tying these up together. That's what I'm gonna do. They already have my fate. It's dead. Like, it's dead. You know, fucking evil here. They're very, very fucking evil. Very evil. And then I'm like, they're just like, gonna pretend they didn't like victimize my niece and nephew. Like, you know, make it like, you know, because this is how these fucking niggers work. This is, you know, Peter Lucido, and Mark Hackle. So again, 2020, you know, and I go to Mark Hackle. Why I say that, why I go to Mark Hackle is because why I called him so much is I'm like, I know these fucking niggers are constantly trying to work a case against me. So, because, you know, I don't get to be an advocate, social worker, you know, Christian, Catholic. I get the fucking Catholics literally praying homosexuals into hell. Like I told you, I fucking cried when I heard the St. George doing that shit, knowing they get the fucking door. These fucking niggers who are going and recreating Gaza. Are you fucking kidding me? How many people had their Palestine family just completely wiped out? Did you know? The fucking Chaldeans, right along with these Jews, are like, you know, beneficiaries? I'm like, what the fuck? How evil can you possibly be? Oh, so many. Right along with our father, so many. They're like, bring your stories to us down in Detroit Archdiocese. They robbed us during COVID. They fucking 100% robbed us through the Women's Center, the Pope Centers, and again, Underground Railroad goes up to Bay City, goes up to there. Like, you can't talk about this shit. I've been talking about shit all the way from the get-go because, again, should have never moved here in 2018. So I did that, and I ended up losing. I'm like, I didn't lose I sold it. So, but that was the house I built for my, you know, handicapped fucking body. So, no, instead you get to be enslaved. So, I'm just sick of it. This has been going on for so long, and they own everything. You own my soul. Like, I want it back. You have no right as a sheriff, as an executive, as any fucking title to take somebody's soul from them because they're murdered and you're lazy. It just really comes down to that you're lazy. They just say it. You're lazy and you're evil human beings. So you fucking, again, spent all those hours across from the fucking Elizabeth jail because, again, you know, don't know if I'll end up being in there. My brothers who became rapists and fucking murderers, you know what I'm saying? They didn't spend a lot of time in there. But that's how it goes here in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? You get to have a wife. You know what I'm saying? Jesus didn't get a wife, but the child rapists get fucking wives. Like, what kind of sense do you evil people make? So then you get to murder the real Christians. So, because I know what my language is. So, Jesus had a wife. You know, Jesus is real. So, not this fucking shit. Drink the alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Mary was like a prostitute because she, you know, sinned on St. Joseph. Like, that's what the Chaldeans are fucking teaching. Are you the ones who got the hate flags, the Iran ones? So I'm like, this is why Trump needs to know this shit. I know I need to fucking every time I look up Trump to contact Trump, you know what I get? The Democrat shit. I'm like, what the fucking trickery is this? So Trump's not even getting his whistleblowers and, you know, stuff because, again, they're the one talking about also like how it's so upsetting because they're my aides for protection. So they're still my 8 for protection. But I'm like, how Trump's going to Gaza? He's bragging about it too. He's like letting it all be known. You know, say, hey, you got to know that when it comes to the vote next time. Okay, now let's rewind and think about the Chaldeans here in Michigan. So because Trump's not in Michigan, you know who's in Michigan? Governor Whitmore, Dana Nessel. You know what I'm saying? The senator I call. You know, these people are Bridget Frost, in which they're supposed to be protecting the natives. But, you know, who knew? They are responsible for us dying. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They're Jews. They are the chosen ones. Don't you? I mean, listen, even we are slaves under these fucking bitches. Are you kidding me? Everybody's a slave. Russia's a slave. Everybody's a slave. Because you got to be, you know, this, you know, Jew. Because not all Russians are consider themselves Jews. These are probably the Persian Russians, you know what I'm saying, the gigolo ones. So I'm like, I don't know. So, because again, they're going over there and you see how they are. It's not even about Jesus. They flushed out. It's about stealing the resources. So the niggers, like I said, blamed before, those 4 nigger countries, Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, another one, big one. You don't even see these niggers yet. So I'm just like, oh, God. And those fucking Saudi Arabia niggers. Are you fucking kidding me? And Iran. So I'm like, you know, because they are worse than Jordan and Syria. Because this all started back with Iraq. But see, the fucked up thing is the Iraq people were like slaves here. So I just see them working. Yeah, I don't know everybody. My point is, because again, I had the key to St. George. That's how I've, not a direct key, but my key fit into their doors. So that's how I was able to find their doors. And like, why the fuck are these people, like, seriously? Because these ones are very involved. Chaldeans here are very involved with the alcohol, the entertainment, limos, underground tunnels, trafficking, soldiers, meaning soldiers of like militant. So soldiers, that's what I'm finding. So it's militant soldiers, like my nephew, Thorsten Snyder, and they know this. So if they know damn fucking well not my brother, well, they knew my brother was a killer, but his son, Thorsten Snyder, so he killed Russian. He's wanted in Russia with the death sentence because, again, he was killing soldiers. So his face got onto the wanted poster. So, but hey, they get to come back and forth to America, you know what I'm saying? So these merchants, I can find them. I can find their hunts too. I can find their sources too. So don't even have to go there because, again, you know, they're evil. So they're evil. So just like my brother was evil. He used to, like, I'm a good finder, so, but God keeps me finding the spirit. So just to find Jesus in love. So because I'm telling you, we need it bad. So I'm still praying on Selfridge. Yeah, on Selfridge, praying for our Air Force to return with, you know, billions of dollars for who needs to do Lakeside? Make it into a memorial. So, like, that's what I would make it into. We don't have the drains for it. So, we just don't have the fucking drains. They're so evil. I'm paying for bankruptcy on it. Like, now with all this shit going on, like, I don't know, there's going to be a lot of deals not going through, ladies. Bye-bye, Saudi and niggers. Don't need to happen, because why would we allow... They come with thousands of fucking niggers. So I'm like, all the drains are they're already destroyed. It pisses me off, because see, I can go places like that leak. You know, I didn't even get around to calling about it. So, but the leak over there on 24 and Card. So, because again, I smelt it. So, and I reported the other one to right there on 24 and Romeo Plank, because again, I could smell it. Fucking damn, these damn firefighters, like, do you smell anything? They're like, don't get close to it. I'm like, you have it right in the middle of the community. What do you mean, don't get close to it? I'm like, at this point, they're all gonna fucking damn. It's gonna blow. I'm like, why does it? You know? And then they didn't fix the leak. So I don't think they even fixed, because I had to call, or it was leaking again. So I ended up calling. This time I didn't call the 911. So I don't know what the township number is. I called 911. That's when they brought the fire department. So then the fire department, he did come. I stayed out there for a little bit, but then because I told him I was studying the river, the Clinton River right there. It's not the Clinton River, it's the mid branch. I was studying that. So, but I had to call. My point is, these fucking leaks. So, but it's also, they're finding underground. But you wonder if that is where also the Sunco pipeline is. So, because they have this shit tied into the farms, but these subdivisions. So, I caught them when they were rerouting these subdivisions. So, these subdivisions to have power, right? I don't know, they're doing very shiesty shit. You have to understand, I'm not an engineer. So, I'm a social worker. So, a social worker is really good at collecting shit. Lots of good shit at collecting shit. But I'm like, it causes a lot of cross-contamination in our land. So what they're doing is very destructive to our land. So that's what makes it so upsetting. Like, we deserve to have our library back. And why can't Jesus be in a library? Only Utica allows it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only one that hasn't been rebuilt yet either. So, but they get to have Islam. They got Islam in it. No, same thing with our school. And I'm like, again, these fucking bitches know to rape our children, because at the end of the day, this is culturally what they do. Why the fuck we keep allowing this to happen? The ones in charge, Dignity Memorial, you know, of course, you see how it's connected. Oh, God, it's just like, man. So, and I just would love to just, because then I could, if I had someone to talk to, because I'm like, I was talking to someone, I do meet people, so, that are from here and stuff, and it's good, because then I can, like meet Dan and his wife. So, I've had many hours, okay, volunteer, like, that's what I do. You know, I probably would be good at doing the donation. So, but I get pissed. So, because why wouldn't the township have money to keep up these memorials? Same thing with the police memorials. You get all that fucking money. Where is it going? Certifications. I guarantee, baby, waste of money. So, certifications. I saw that shit with the morgue too. So, in DHS, I'm like, you're being robbed. So that's why I say you go up into the right recipient rights on Hall Road. So because they don't do resolutions, they just allow rape, chokeholds, all kinds of fucking crimes to handicapped who can't speak for themselves. Okay, but if you go in there, the real responsibility is CARF, CARF. So, and again, it's tied to Macomb, it's tied to this shit. So, and just like there's so much shit that I know, like so much shit I know because I was trapped. So, and I'm over here being murdered. So in order to get that portal hole, you would have to be murdered. But see, I was studying, like you look at my phone, and I was able to look back and see that's the point in doing all this data collecting. So, and that's what it is data collecting evidence of like crimes. But no, good to be a nigger. So, okay, the niggers shouldn't have fucking poisoned me. Oh, I really hate those Indian niggers. He poisoned me. Seizure medicine. You fucking wouldn't like these niggers either. So fucking nigger. And then I had to draw him a picture of the sun and, you know, the moon and the Mother Earth and Father Sky. Like, nigger, I'm Native. We believe in respecting, like, I didn't say it that way. I mean, he wanted to hire me, like, seriously, too. Because I told him I was tacked. He believed me. He never told me I was bipolar. So, but he's like, listen, April, this is the way it goes. You have to take, like, he was just honest with me. He's like, you got these 4 medications. This medication, it probably has the least amount of side effects. So it's probably the safest for you to take. So, because he knew I was going to take it once I left, but he said in order to get out of this hospital, Havenwick, you had to take these drugs. And I would have to take a shot, too. So, like, this is like, once you're on, do not travel here. Like, this is like, anybody can get on this gravy train. It's not a good one. You just, and I found soldiers in there too. But I was already talking about that because I found veterans here being abused by the state of Michigan. It's beyond this area. You know what I'm saying? It's all over America too. It's beyond Michigan. You know, it's a crisis that, you know what I'm saying, they would choose these fucking niggers who like to rape little children because they're saying, like, we always told you to listen to us. You were creating all this carbon map. Meanwhile, the niggers were draining all their oil out. Liars! And I'm like, because that's why they stole and killed all the Palestinians. Because they've been draining all. Same with the Pakistan, India niggers. All up in there. Why they're in Lord Shiva and the glaciers and shit. Because they're going dry. Why the fuck we allowing these niggers to rob us though? Like, it's not hard to listen to the natives. Okay, they're warning us and and no matter what, fucking that pipeline is staying here. So it's time to do an investigation from top to bottom and see where and exactly has it penetrated. So because they have purposely, like, they're not at fault for that penetration over on 23 and Romeo Plank. That's the niggers cutting in there. I guarantee you these businesses are cutting in there and not actually getting permit. Well, I already know they're not doing that, but it's bigger than that, like paying for it. Why wouldn't you, as a business here, if you're over here and fucking, because I'm like, that's what they do. So as a business here, and this is very mixed into our Catholic churches, our Christian churches. So again, I put 5 soldiers up into that library in 2024. Their history room is like, they don't have the light on, but it's over here. So this is right here, this side right here. If you go on the 2nd floor, you'll see the fucking Islamic niggers, okay, in China. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you know why? Fucking niggers stole our fucking communities. They have. They're railroading all the way down fucking Romeo Plank. That's why I'm like, boys, you gotta get over mama's mouth. So, you know, because you killed my wife. Yep. Yep. Throw my prayer. That's what gets to happen. Throw my fucking Marine flag on the ground. And the Marine flag wasn't for my husband. Saw the Marines who get murdered here and abused. So, and I have Marines like, my Gabriel, because again, I can carry her in my heart. So, I can, she doesn't want to burden me. So that's what happens with these soldiers. Even though I give them my number and stuff, and I never change my number for that person. That's another reason why I don't change my number. Because I'm like, really? Like, that is my number, and I earned my name. Fucking niggers came here, retarded ones, the ones who are, like, crippled because they're inbreeded, you know what I'm saying, Somalians, okay, you don't like my language? I don't like retards, okay, who are over here that get to rape our children, our libraries. So we have the right to have our libraries. Nope, not as long as this process is going on. So this is how it works. So, and all the libraries here have been fracked. So you don't have a right to frack our grounds. So you don't have to pay for cooling. Why? So if there's not enough money, well, again, okay, we need to rethink about stupid ass parks that, give them access to 24-hour staffing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, you got security, you got, you know what I'm saying? It's a billable for 24 hours. So, and I'm like, and they made this like a shelter, even though it's technically, I talked to the maintenance people, they're like, no, it's not. So, but it shows up because, again, I study maps. So I study the different generation of maps too. So that's important, because then you see how some of them are not even on the map, and they're definitely been here a while. That's because they never plan on staying. These are people that once they took out the resources, so because you remember they bombed the fuck and stole Iraq, so then Saudi Arabia particularly is going dry, you know what I'm saying? So they know they're going dry by 2030. So that's exactly why he joined fucking Israel on that greater mission. I'm just like, why do we get to lose our, like, again, this is tied over here into our basis. So, and these same fucking niggers bought out in 2021, during COVID. So while children and veterans are dying, so because why? They're not getting their fucking benefits. They're not getting their health benefits. They're not getting their prescriptions. You gotta remember, there was a lot of death. Like, millions of people died, and they now understand that a lot of these deaths, it doesn't show COVID. So that's even the ones they can track down. So I'm like, and then what? We're just never gonna go back and relook at the case of why, like, Governor Whitmore. This is Trump too. So I just happen to change myself to everybody, but I'm like, this is both of them. How they chose again in 2019. They not only chose Israel, but they chose Saudi Arabia. So, because just like Trump's first day of inauguration, whatever that's called, so he chose, it was the weapons of Saudi Arabia. And what were those for? Well, there was future war with Iran. So, because again, they need that fucking oil. So, like, Iran's for real under attack. They wanted to be able to take the fucking oil. So, and then you're talking about, and they will murder thousands of our children to do this. They don't care. Blame it on terrorists when it wasn't the fucking terrorists. So it was actually the Egyptian freaks, the gypsy bitches, gigolos. So I say, the faggots, whatever you want to, fuck boys, I don't know, Martians. Oh, excuse me. My Marine said I have to say this, that's fuck you. Because she said you'll piss people off. Right? She said, that's fuck you. And then she said I have to call them Martians. So instead of fuck boys. But I don't have this soldier because, again, she could be with her husband getting beaten. So he literally busted her teeth out. He busted her teeth, he stole her dog. I'm like, you would think she would get domestic violence services. No, she didn't. It's the same shit. You got victimized, the gambling system that's going on already with McLaren, Henry Ford, and the sheriff department. So, and all of these guys, the sheriff doesn't really make money off it, but they're the ones who get to play this game, and they all work with each other. So, and it's an evil ass system if you get on this, but I'm like, they do this to soldiers. So it's not just mothers like me, Christians, foster mothers. I'm actually a foster and adopted mother here in the state of Michigan. But again, her mother never committed these crimes. My brother never committed these crimes. You know what I'm saying? No crimes were committed, bitch. It's your baby daddy did it, which my baby dad was a U.S. Marine, 30 years. These are fucking niggers. So they're all coming out of work now. So, and I'm just like, the rate where they're coming, these people are evil. I know. I just talked to the fucking Holy Ghost, bitches. So we know you don't give a fuck. So we know it. You're praying us, see my little rainbow? You're praying hell, remember here? Don't travel to Michigan. Fucking governor, Dana Nessel, and she's a lesbian. Got all these fucking Zionists. It's not even the Zionists, it's our Catholic men. Because the Zionists usually take in homosexuality. I doubt the Republicans, not the Islamics don't. They're over here praying us into fucking hell too, including Mother Mary. So, and I'm like, and then, it's take the chastity, always the virgin. Get the fuck out of here. That's why they want these children. Yeah, now, because see, that's where all the wells went. Yeah. And they had to remove the trees because they were afraid people would be hiding behind the trees that was out there. Like some fucking retarded shit. So, because they removed massive on 26. Because you got to remember, 26 has a lot of stories. So the niggers and their projects just keep going down. And they just headed to Romeo. They're already in Washington, and they always plan this, and they're supposedly bringing us energy, but really they're robbing our energy, and they're just bringing all these fucking niggers. So, and then they breed. They're like breeders, like they're lovers. That's why I call them lovers. So that's why they're an 8. You know what I'm saying? They were always like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? That brown blood. So I was always afraid of white men. So, because my brother fucking beat me. So, as a teenager, my teenage life was very horrible here. But again, I chose to have an education, take all kinds of thousands of hours of education and classes, and just on health alone, heart care, diabetic care, because I had patients that I worked with, and then I also just, as a social worker, doing all kinds of hours into trauma care, trauma support, and just like crisis intervention services, and understanding how to place these people. So, because I wasn't necessarily working with people in as like I was a social worker. So I used to do ERs, work in the ER, and if you came in a psych eval, that's how I know these bitches committed a crime with me, because I'm like, I did this for a living. So you have to, like, especially when you're talking about committing someone. So, but what they do is they tell you you're being committed. Then when you get to the hospital, then they force you to sign papers that say you're volunteers and checking yourself in. That's what they did on October 2nd when I got stripped naked down here at Ford. They're fucking evil ass community behavior girls over there, the white bitches over there across from the Peter Lucido jail, not jail, but the court building. So because they illegally did this, it doesn't matter. They get to do this. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to, and I'm stuck with fucking thousands of dollars of bills too. Doesn't matter. The same thing with my house, you know what I'm saying? Now it's got a new buyer. The more it just allows my name to flush away. So, because they didn't want you talking about being a victim as April Snyder. So that's why I call Mark Hackle. So, because again, April Snyder lived here. So not only was I fucking beaten by my brother, but then I got grown-ass men falling in love with me. I wasn't trafficked like my friends. I had grown-ass men falling in love with me. It wasn't like, and these are random single men. It wasn't like, people's family members. I wasn't really close to a lot of people. So I had a few select friends, but, and I already knew I liked girls. So I was already with girls, starting at 5 years old. So I'm like, and then, as a teenager, but, I was with men because the fact that, they were my daddy, like literally, and they were giving me the support that's not financial, but they were, because I wasn't like that. Now that's how it is like here. You know what I'm saying? Girls, and they ain't doing this shit for free. Like, nigger pay up. These girls ain't playing. Like my niece, you listen to her. So I'm like, no, they're willing to fuck it. She's gonna get one. You know what I'm saying, nigger? Because she's like, she's willing to fight and die for one. So, like, she's willing to bust a fucking bitch's face in. She's willing to bust a man's face in. I'm like, she will definitely find herself a nigger. So, and be caught up. You know, this is what you have to do. You can't even protect your children. And even my mom. She's over there just trying to, like, she just got suspended for smoking in the bathroom. You know, you got DHS. You know, why? She shouldn't even be in this fucking school. She's about to go into the high school. She already in the middle school, she's getting a reputation of what? You know, and don't blame the aunt, okay? She literally had a dad that was like a killer. All right? He literally ran around beating the fuck out of damn people. So, and started murdering as a teenager. Okay, the FBI knew Steven Snyder. That's what she has. Stacy's not violent like that. She's manipulative and a drug addict. Okay, and did sexual crimes on her fucking participated. And I don't know if she did sexual, but she did participate because it has to do with her boyfriend, and she gave her daughter to her boyfriend. So I'm like, she was a. This is after 2015. So my point is, you know, they're evil here. So this little girl has went through fucking hell. She really needs a dad. So I'm like, but she's not going to get a dad because, you know, we over here believe what the niggers say. And you know what the niggers say? The ones who are going home at the end of the day? Yeah, these niggers. So I'm like, no, they have their little private. What the fuck are they doing in their basement? Stole our fucking history. How much you want to bet they're down there? These are the fucking niggers. The Chaldeans are mixed with this. Their money. So I'm like, how much you want to bet? They're like, why the fuck would we allow them to do that in our library? Huh? They get to take out Jesus. I'm like, this is no different than the Jews. Okay, Governor Whitmer and Dana Nessel and the senator are all Jews. Okay, what the fuck? This is America. And I love libraries. So, like, why the fuck do we allow Clinton? Because it goes back to Clinton, too. Even if you go down there into Arkansas. And like, it's everywhere you go. You know, it's sick. So why would we allow these bitches to rob our history? No, it's all normal. Normal. Sorry, Lucy. Thank you for coming with me. Thank you for all the dead souls that want to have peace. Just saying, you know what? This is what's exciting. This is the exciting part you get to do. After you talk about these fucking niggers. Now they robbed our libraries. Oh, they're so evil. They're short. They fucking can't swim. They're midgets. You know, God made soldiers a certain way for a reason. No, science came around and started mixing people together. And you weren't supposed to mix like that. So I'm like, it's not, just saying, it's like, because again, then they were mixing within each other too. So because again, people don't even know who they are anymore too. So there's a mixture of that. But again, what they do here? They robbed all the libraries, but they also tied it to what? Our police departments. So our police departments and we need police departments. But why in the hell would fucking niggers who, again, like the countries that I'm mentioning, that, like, again, they victimize women. I'm like, fucking, you see and when you think about what's happening in Afghanistan, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, we're allowing this blood, this money to, and Japan's heavily here, too. So, and I'm like, really? So I'm like, and they're working with Ford and fucking Philippines. So that's what, and I study the Philippines. You're talking about somebody who studied these people, these cultures. So because I'm just like, again, I find the portal holes that used to be, I died for it. You know, over and over. I'm tired of it. I don't have to die. You know, it's so evil people here. But the portal hole is right over behind me. This is just a bridge. Where this stuff is, because when you make bridges or memorials, so like something of that, burial memorials. Well, the burials are usually the actual portal holes. You can make those into the portal holes. So because they're a burial. So there's special burials because there has to go back to the natives. So when you're talking about America, so because you're talking about earth to heaven. So a lot of natives should know this, like, because they know what I'm doing. Natives do this. That's why they get so fucking pissed with the oil companies. To, you know what I'm saying, the thing about going through, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, why don't they go up in the air? Because I'm like, we need to have American oil, right? So I'm like, at the end of the day, you have to have, you know, and we should be using, you know, Canada instead of allowing, because now we've allowed these, because the green niggers are so much worse. My point is, why don't they go up? They're always going across. You know, now they want to go inside. They don't even know how many are like deep inside and not telling us about, because that's the thing. DTE out there in Shelby in Washington, there in Shelby, Washington area. It's over there on 26 Mile Van Dyke, where you got the POWMIA a spot right there. That's not 20, it's 27. So, but it's between 26 and 27. And like I said, I could go on and on for hours just with 26, because again, it's fucking bullshit, because they're robbing. So this is DTE. So, and then if you go down there, then you see a big ass factory business out there. This is where our apples orchards are, and like Blake's and them, I've already studied. Okay, these are like the same thing over there in 24 and Card. Okay, our farmers need a crisis. Like, it goes down to 20. They need, like, we need truth. Why the hell are we allowing these fucking niggers destroy our land? We won't ever be able to get this stuff back. They're engineering us, engineering our forest. We don't want that. You know why? Because, you know why? Everybody wants a pretty apple. So, but again, we can have pretty apples, so we don't have to have the fucking niggers literally pollute it. So, because what you'll see over there by the orchards is an underground oil trap. So they got quite a large one. So just like, you know, that's why I'll study the one over there at Selfridge, where I was studying the other night of that bait, whatever, that fish place. So, because I'm like, why the hell has that big ass large pool? So it would be better if someone knew that and they could tell me. So, because like, I guess that I'm only studying it because, again, it comes down to these projects. So Lakeside's going to come in. You have to remember, all these drains are already horribly embedded with layers of shit. They can't take any more of these projects. Lakeside and Romeo Plank will come with great sacrifice of water quality, because again, we are not fixing the problems, how we do our drains and the way they do the pumps and stuff like that. And you have to remember, Clinton River goes all the way to Pontiac too. So, and I'm talking about, when I'm thinking and I'm praying, I'm all the way, and it includes Clinton River. And you see all those dots of all that shit on that map, on the Google. You have to remember, I put thousands of hours of all those things. Sometimes I'm just putting amended prayers, messages or something. But what I would love to do is, but then I don't have time to go back to it. Like, you know, different facts. So there's a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to die with. It's too time consuming to be imprinting it all. And I'm only imprinting it all because, again, I have niggers destroying my name. So, and destroying my history, recreating me into a criminal, so that way they can allow real criminals to fucking be free. So, why? They choose niggers, okay? Evil. You love these niggers to poison us. These are victims. And during COVID, it robbed the victim program. You really want to be attached to that? Like, that's the way, like, because now I'm going to go over, I got to pee, but I'm going to go over, I have to finish at Sterling Heights. It's 8 o'clock. So it's at 9 o'clock. So I got to go over to Sterling Heights. That's why I was supposed to be earlier. I was going to go there. But then, you know, got to have me going here because I had to come here because it's the polar bear mama. So come here to do a little prayer. It's just picking up the spirit. I've been trying to come here. It's been so cold. So thank God. See how God works? He took out the brain for me. Thank you, God. So now I got to go over there. But, you know, this is my life because I'm entrapped. So I've been entrapped for a long time. I don't want to be murdered. I'm trying to pray me in a babysitter. somebody likes a teacher. Oh, Lucy. Oh, baby. She's like, yeah. It's my loyal baby. Hey, Fred, you're going to miss us. As I told him, I said, the moment I have a door, I had to think. Because I wanted to go back surgery. I need to get thinking about my coach. So I can get that thing sold and get some money off of it. And I'm actually going to go alone and go get my back surgery. So I'm getting implants. Hopefully I won't have to have it I don't know, hopefully I won't be tagged before then. But to go get my implants put in. Hopefully I won't have to have my back soldered, infused, not soldered, but infused. So this is where I'm at, because right now, you know what I'm doing? Sitting on all kinds of fucking pain. It goes right down my fucking legs, and it's my right leg, because I, you know what I'm saying, I hurt my fucking self working for that nigger who gets the prostitute over there on Hayes. And if you keep following behind him, that's the Hilton Garden. So, and like the marathon is across the street, on the other side of Hayes and Hall Road. And you have St. Teresa's and LA Lifetime, all that fucking shit. Go on and on and on, but you don't care to know. So anyways, and then if you go back over there to, Lowe's, where I get my flags, stop throwing them away. They're $6. They go a little bit. Then you had the Renaissance and the Hilton Garden. That's the ones they say get the prostitute. Maybe you should put police in there and do your job. See what those niggers are up to. Those are the India mixed with the fucking Chaldean niggers. The Saint Shababs. No, they're not Shabab. They're Saint Chevelle. Chevelle. How you say him? Well, the church is right down the street. They're all part of Lakeside. Future Lakeside. So if you go down a little further, of course he gets a lot of the contracts for Selfridge too, or the contracts that come in to do all these fucking energy projects, because again, we constantly hire international companies, including Cuba. So it doesn't make no sense at all either. So, but again, I met that director there at the Hilton. He stayed there for like 2 weeks. The one who was doing the 911. So, but my point is, no, it's just they use our police, it's fucking businesses, and to know that India owns that's coming from Trump. I'm gonna listen to him. So again, he says don't go to fucking drink and go to party. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Why the hell these adults keep getting the fucking buy? And it's coming for these fucking places like these like across the street from where I'm living at. That fucking smoke shop next to Freddy's. So I'm like, fucking, again, he sells drugs. So I'm like, why do you have all these fucking shops? They don't need to have all these shops. So because again, you're not even selling tobacco. So that's the only way you can be freaking making money. No, he's selling the kratom stuff. So, and that stuff is horrible. So, and it's so mixed up now. So I'm like, and now, like, they mix that shit with diet pills and shit, and that's why the kids take it and shit. So, because it gives them that, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Fucking, I fought my kids in drugs, so, because they just give it to them. It's at the beaches. It's at the, like, for me, like, the kids went to the beach and got it out of the trash can. That's why I'm like, oh God, adults, throw all your fucking alcohol out. When you go fishing and all that shit, pour it out before you throw it in the trash. Don't give these alcoholics any free alcohol. Just put it in the ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I learned this from teenagers. And a lot of them, Dinesha's the last one. I'm saying is, Dinesha can break me. Like, she doesn't fucking play around. She'll whoop your ass. She already told me she'll fucking whoop my ass. And I gotta be her mother. So, like, yeah, because she wants to go and fuck niggers and shit. So, that's what gets to happen. So, daddies can have their kids. So, oh my God, they're fishing there. This is the kind of shit. You can't teach these niggers anything. They're retarded. Look at all these vehicles they get. Well, children don't get no fucking crime reports. Yeah. I would not fish out of that fucking pond. Even the fucking ducks don't like to go in it. How gross. Are they in it now? I doubt it. Because I'm like, they put all that blue stuff in there to hide it. No, you can't trust. The same thing with Shelby too. Fucking retards. So that's what they do here. They horribly they pollute our lands with their little reservoir projects. So because this is why the Holy Spirit hates their asses, because this is the Holy Spirit, the land we have here. So, and this land right here is the resurrection. So this is the resurrection. This is our horrible fucking roads. These are horrible fracking projects all to the left of us here. And they go all on and on. You just keep following it to Georgetown, to Mount Clemens, and Anton niggers. Because, again, at the end of the day, they've been doing this shit for decades. They're still doing it. Because they're in there right now in the resurrection. So the library was a $27 million project. They put no fucking bridge going over here, and you got all these kids, right? And I'm like, that's what I'm saying. They're fucking niggers. They don't care about the kids. They get to rape the kids. So because that's how they are in these fucking countries. They never cared about their, you know what I'm saying? Like the Christians at least cared about their wives and their families. You know, the earth children cared about having wives and families. These guys are animals. All they care about is putting their fucking curse on you. So, because again, that gives their door to their Antichrist. They don't want the Jesus door. They have no interest to have that. That's why they took over Jesus. That's why they took over the Holy Land. So these same fucking bitches have colonized here a long time ago. Sick asses. So I know who I'm with. Dr. Martin Luther, baby. So, like, fuck you, Christopher Columbus. Fucking bitches in Shelby and Washington. So, fucking robbing us, niggers. Fucking crackers join the niggers. Nah, you can't talk that way. Well, you just will want to know what goes on. You might not like my language, but these fucking niggers drug my ass just to fucking know that this is what gets to happen to women and children, right? Because of why? Because of our fathers. That's why. We know this is to be true. This is what should be true. So we're just going to keep doing the same pattern because at the end of the day, Jesus gets to come back, right? With the sun. Because he's got that. I see him right there. You see him? Aha, there he is. There he is. Oops, we got to go in the middle. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. We know the Holy Ghost is real. Knock, knock. Gabriel's here. April, Lucy's here too. Say hi. Hello. Do you see, who you see? You see Carla? Huh? Where's your mama? Huh? Where's your mama? Huh? Where's Carla? Where's Carla? That's her mama. I lost her, unfortunately, and I watched. Really? Oh, yes, Jesus. Okay, we gotta say it. We love you, Jesus. We know that way is heaven, you guys. You don't know where you're going? That way. Past the sun, Jesus. I put the star behind him. See how I work? Listen, I don't have to follow the clubhouses. You go this way. Bust a right. You always go to the right, right? So you go past the Jesus. You go over here to the right. And then you'll see two crosses. Two crosses. One over here. A small one and a big one. It's the small one. And it says Lightning Chapel. And it's Prince of Peace. Outside it says Prince of Peace. So, and it's right there. So, for sure. 100%. So, if you're looking for your loved one, because this is the out to heaven, right? Your loved one died in McLaren. If your loved one died in McLaren, this is where they'll come out. Doesn't matter if they had a memorial in here or not. So, a burial in here, it would help. So, buy one. So, it would help. So, because it's already connected. McLaren Hospital is connected to the portal hole in St. George. And St. George portal hole is connected to the portal hole of Jesus here. So this is how Lucifer and Jesus, it's not Jesus though, it's Lucifer and St. Michael, how they work together. So because they're both earth children. So they work together to bring Jesus home to Jesus. So, and this one you go home to Jesus. So my grandfather, that one, you go home to Catholic. So, well, that's Catholic too. You go home to Jesus. So they all go home to Jesus. It's Catholic, where there's all Christian. But you don't go home Islamic here. Okay, Hindu, all those fucking, I don't know, there's so many. Okay, you don't go home here. However, what happens is they convert over to Christian. So they convert to Jesus. Jesus, not Jew, Jesus. Not the star, Jesus. It's baby Jesus. So you know what happens? They come back as, they understand the concept of being the bride. So the purpose of being a bride is Jesus, that becomes your husband. So every beater and abuser, and we've been cursed so many fucking lifetimes. Guess what happens? Cleared. God clears these sins. So God clears the sins. So then, voila! It's like magic, right? So then when you get birthed again in another lifetime, when you're going to become reincarnated, guess what? These fucking devils never own you. See, I was owned from the get-go. So I was cursed because I was supposed to be a man. So unfortunately, and I love being a woman. I'm not trying to have a sex change. So, but I'm like, what? But that's why I got the instinct that I had to be the protector. I'm like Lucy, right? What the hell? You can't come out. I know you want to come outside. You can't come out. Yeah, I know. You're like, come on, let's go outside. No, I know. You can't come out. Yeah, we're about to go and drive. Yes. See, we love Jesus. Oh, we love Jesus. Yes. Oh, yeah, it's good to know you got your wings. And I'm just telling them, you've been robbing me. Robbing me. That's all they do is rob me, Jesus. I'm like, that would be our... Martians. Again, that would be the Martians. Space boys. Might as well hire me. Again, the point of this is before I leave, because I got to go get off this and go back there. I got to pee. I got to go just over here to the other spot and finish my prayer. Look about the portal hole you drive through. Okay, the portal hole that's a water portal hole, it's the only one I saw. It's the one through the dream. You have to remember, the portal hole I see here, I saw with my own camera. Because technically I saw the moon, but then I hate to say, but that chain came, right? So, but that was through visual. They wanted me to see that. So that was a gift. So my point of seeing this art, right? See how you see this art and this door? So, okay, that was the point of that dream, of seeing that water portal hole and how you can take a car and drive through this portal hole. So, because it looked like this. It's over there on 23 and Card. Right there where the plus is a cross right there. So, and again, what I is driving down. So, and before you even got to Buscemi's, that other side, there was this portal hole. And the portal hole looked like this. It was a gate. And it was coming down like this. So, and it just like this. So, but then it was like, it was coming, water was coming down. There was no gate. It was water. So, but they said drive through it. So, but I'm like, I'm not fucking driving through that. No way. I woke myself up. So, because I'm thinking, I was like, you don't know what's on the other side. So, I'm like, I don't remember going through these portal holes. I'm dragged through them. So, because I'm murdered. So, but this is how they rebirth you. So, how you get rebirth. So, I get rebirth of an 8. So, they drag me through these portal holes. So, me doing these steps, I'll get an 8. I'll get a rebirth. So, and I'm always going to be with my diseases, but it gives me a level of healing that at least I can function again. So, because I got brain fog and, pain does a lot of shit to you. It's very horrible. Right, Lucy? So, but my point is, instead of having rockets that are destroying us, you can literally take these cars, these equipped cars. I'm sure somebody knows about it. So, it's got to be China. China doesn't want to know. It's the only one on the floor beds. So, but I don't know. Could be Russia. Because you got to remember, in here, I found Russia. So, I found, this is specific. I can look it up and it'll come up. So it was meant, I haven't been able to get to there. So, but it was meant for me to go there. So, because again, their money's in here. So, but when I was introduced this was in love. So this was in kinship. So, this was someone I met. I mean, he was just a young man. He liked him, Mama. I mean, he was young. He was in his 20s. But I'm like, it's interesting, though, because I kept going to that. I came here for the resurrection. So, in 2024. And I never understood. Well, I was praying and praying and praying. But it was Syria and Russia. Syria and Russia. But it was for the people. It's always for the people. Same thing for the Iraqis. It's praying for the people. Because, again, Jesus is real. These people don't even understand that. And they're going to be trapped here. They're all coming here. You're not going to have a door to heaven here, I promise you. So I see the door and the key at the Chaldeans because I have the door. So, because I'm native. So I had the door here already. So, these fucking bitches, you're going to be tortured in the ground. That's why you got to know where you got to go. Everybody on this land, I have fucking taught to go to where Prince of Peace is. Because I'm telling them, that's your second coming. Go home. Go home to heaven. You don't belong waiting here. You don't want to wait anymore in this land. A lot of these souls were tortured. You don't even know what happens to your loved one. Because our fathers, Father Mike is going, you don't want this to be known. People will be fucking angry too. Because he's going to the Philippines. He's talking about alcohol in his sermons. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sick of it. It's evil. So because people, they're driving over headstones. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not how death is supposed to be. No. No. Don't even know if I'm recording because they put that damn music on. So again, God is real. Know what your chains are to heaven.